All right, good morning, everybody. There you go. It's good to see everybody. Good to see all y'all, too. Some of y'all might know my partner, Roots. Raise your hand if you know Roots. Even y'all up there. We go walking through the halls, and when I say my partner, this is not just any old stick. And he's become a symbol. And you guys remember what the word is? What's Roots all about? Somebody said it. What'd you say? Potential. Potential is the you that you have not met yet, hiding inside. And this journey that you're on, especially as a young person, it's being forged. This person inside that's going to continue to come out as you do this thing called life and go around the sun over and over. Today we're going to talk about relationships. Relationships are forged. It's not just a matter of, hey man, choose good friends, don't go there, don't smoke that, don't drink that, don't play that, don't listen to that, pull your pants up, get off your phone. That's clear? Be honest. Y'all ever feel like our generation hates on y'all a little bit? Always telling you what not to do. Well, here's why. There's so many grown folks that have been around a few more times than you have trying to get you to really understand relationships. You're not just choosing your friends. You're not just kind of figuring out who you're going to hang with until whatever's next. You're practicing building quality relationships. And I'll tell you this, you're the collective average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You think about that. Right now, you think about your little inner squad, the people you talk the most with, text the most with, hang out with, the people you vibe like. That is a principle that is always in play. Your whole life, you are going to be becoming like the people that you let into your inner circle. And the people that have you in theirs, they're becoming like you. It works like that. That's how churches are formed. That's how teams are formed. That's how gangs are formed. That's how corporations are formed. People come together in relationship that see things the same way, speak the same language, listen to the same stuff, communicate, vibe. All of a sudden, 10 years from now, you're going to be the you that you're practicing right now. So today, every word you speak, every word you hear, every game you play, everything you read, every word that comes through your beats or however you're getting your music, man, your brain is clocking it, paying attention, practicing, becoming. And relationships are everything. See, Roots used to be a branch at the top of a tree. It was downtown in the inner city, down by old Ted Turner Field in this little area called Lakewood. It's a tough little area. It's the #1 incarceration zip code in the state. So more young people get jammed up there than any place else. And so it's a rough little territory, but it's beautiful kids with so much potential. And one day, not long ago, this thing was at the top of a tree, just doing life. That's not a bad life. The breeze, the sunshine, the wind, you got little birds hanging out on you, green leaves, nourishing sap, living the life. And then something knocked him down. Something knocked him out of his purpose. And all of a sudden, he was on the ground, down and out, disconnected from who he used to be, separated from life, trampled on, kicked aside, destined to be burned, laying on the side of the road. I know this. I study your generation. Man, I'm a fan of your generation. I'm out there blasting how awesome, brilliant, beautiful, what potential you have because you're getting hated on. And I'm here to tell you, if you learn the quality of relationships, man, you can have the life of your dreams. You can become who you want to be. But some of y'all feel like the branch and not the work of art. Some of y'all feel like nobody sees you. Nobody hears you. Nobody understands you. I was told by some of y'all, you feel like our generations are haters and hypocrites, always banging away at you but doing a lot of the same things because we're living life too. We ain't got it all figured out. But I guarantee you this, the quality of my life equals the quality of my relationships. If I hang out with knuckleheads, what am I going to become? Knucklehead. And I'm talking to you as a recovering knucklehead. I don't want any of y'all to get into the stuff that I got into. I was at Walton High School, running the mean streets of East Cobb. That was a joke. Ain't no mean streets over there. And I became who I hung out with. I was an athlete, decent student, so I was kind of pushed through. But man, I didn't choose wisely. Man, I had my crew, but we were practicing what we would become later in life. And you are too. So the branch was on the ground. I want you to understand, relationships are forged, or you can just stumble into them. Whoever shows up, he's cool. Man, whoever you start liking and talking to, she's all right. And all of a sudden, you don't know, years go by, and you don't have the life that you wanted. I would ask you, who are you hanging with? Who are you trusting? Who are you listening to? Do your friends care about your dreams? Do you even have one? Some of y'all feel knocked down. Life will do that. Home life will do that. Depression, anxiety, stress, worry, fear. You guys are making an art form of worrying, but you learned it from us. Y'all being bombarded today with information like you've never seen before. Everybody wants your time. You're on these devices, and you're comparing your insides with everybody else's outsides, and you don't measure up. So what do we do with these? And I say we, grown folks too, we create the identity that we want you to see, and we become two people. I got my online presence, and I got who I really am. See, you're the you that lays in bed at night, thinking about what you love, hate, what you fear, what you want to be. And some of y'all are like, bump it. Doesn't even matter if I'm not here anymore. Why not just have relationships with whoever? I don't fit in. I don't know where I belong. Anybody feel that way? You might not admit it from your friends, but I know I lay in bed at night thinking the same things. The quality of your life equals the quality of your relationships. You got a lot of them. You got friends, teachers, coaches, preachers, moms, dads, siblings. You got best friends, you got girlfriends, you got boyfriends, you got judges and cops and preachers and teachers, role models, knuckleheads. You're building relationships. Relationships are going to take you where you want to go, or they'll take you to your worst fears and nightmares. Be careful. But here's what I'll tell you. Somebody sees you, it can make all the difference, because somebody saw this nasty branch. I met this little dude named Roots. That's why we call him Roots. And he's this little homeless brother that used to come and help me out down there. We're working with the kids, trying to feed some hungry people. And he became this cool little friend. Small guy, dark skin, Jamaican, dreadlocks, cool beard, rock star glasses, missing the stem. Roots is living in a little tent. So we put a little money in his pocket, a little food in his stomach, and we became friends. Don't you judge. Man, you might be judging somebody in here, could be the best friend you've ever had, because sometimes you can't size it up. You can't look at me and think you know. You might look at me and say, oh man, he's this and that, just because you see my Instagram story. See, that's the story we want you to see. But you know who I am? Man, I'm the kid that struggled with all the things you did. Man, I grew up in a house that had alcoholism in it. You become what you see. Man, I remember sometimes somebody hurt me when I was a kid. That stuff carries on with you. I developed a problem with alcohol and drugs. I was crashing cars. We got in trouble. I got arrested 5 times. Y'all know that. Man, I went to rehab. I went through a bankruptcy. I went through a divorce. I ain't calling y'all to do anything I ain't trying to do. But I ain't ashamed of that today, because I started building good relationships. Man, I got a great marriage with my wife. She is my ride or die. There's only one. Man, my kids respect me. I had to earn that. I got friends that'll die for me, and I'll die for them. Don't you want that? Here's the secret. Somebody got to see you. And Roots, he always came up to me and he said, bro, you need a stick. And he always had a cool stick. It was his little hustle. See, everybody got a hustle. You guys got one too. You don't got to be hustling to have a hustle. Hustle is how you do life. How have you figured out Every one of you going to do your best today. Make your best moves. Ain't nobody gets up dressing goofy and go, I think I'll go like that. You made your best move today. You're going to do the best of what you got. I'm just saying, surround yourself with people that see you, people that feel you, people that got your back, man. When you're going through something, a real something, do you have somebody you can call and say, hey, dog, you got to come and see me? Or are they going to say, I ain't got time, bro? Because you ain't established the depth to be able to have that. So Roots looked all over the streets downtown. He's looking around. He's looking for just the right instrument for me. He said, bro, you need it for protection. And I was like, really? How do I get one? He said, I got you. Came back in about 2 weeks and presented this. It was no longer a branch. Now it's a work of art. Man, this thing has been on a world tour. And I mean, this thing has seen the globe. Ashrams and cathedrals and synagogues and mosques and sweat lodge, third world, prisons, jails, churches, synagogues, I don't care, people. And he went on a tour. Roots didn't know when he saw the branch that this thing, I don't know where the brother is. I wish I could go back and thank him and say, man, look what you did. Now I hold it up in front of crowds and say, what's his name? They say Roots. You want to try? You got to say it with some passion, all right? I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, what's his name? And you're going to say, Roots, ready? What's his name? Roots. That wasn't very good. One more time for all our listeners at home. Ready? Go. One more time. What's his name? Roots. Y'all just shouted the brother's name. Somewhere there's a brother out there. I hope he's got a home. And y'all just shouted his name. He made an impact. Relationships. How do you treat the opposite sex? This is Teen Dating Violence Month. Why do you think I have a whole dang month to it? Because, man, relationships are unhealthy. How do you talk about the other? I won't say the words, but you know the words. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all like, no, he just didn't. I know, y'all tell me. But check this, 10 years from now, if you don't get that straight now, you're going to be looking at the opposite sex and treating them like they're an object. How you going to be a good husband when you've been practicing treating women like that? How you going to be a great wife if you don't go out and find somebody that respects you? If you let somebody disrespect you now, 10 years from now, it ain't going to look good. Drugs and alcohol, man, that destroys relationships. I lost my dad when I was 23, and he didn't have to go like that. Man, I took 30 years trying to mend that relationship from the other side of the grave. See, today you're practicing who you're going to be tomorrow. What you put in your body, how you treat a woman, how do you treat a man, how do you treat authority? You think the way you treat your teachers and mothers and fathers ain't going to affect you in 10 years if you ain't got that figured out? You're going to be having a problem as an employee. You have a problem with a judge. You might have a problem with your kids because they don't learn respect. Invest in yourself today. Man, not hitting your grades, that's going to affect you. How you use social media. Man, that's everything in y'all's world is communication. You got to learn how to do it today. I want to close out with a little story. Brother was over at Horizon, that school over on the other side. And these are kids that maybe have had a little trouble keeping pace. And this brother's name was Justin. And so we had a bunch of kids and we kicked our program off. We're going to learn how to be peacemakers and positive role models. And there's one dude in the back and he's just kind of clocking me the whole time, just so you could see it. There's a few in here, I get it. Everybody's got to be cool. Y'all are doing good though. And so everybody came and signed the pledge. They were fired up. We're taking pictures. And here comes this kid. He waited till all the way at the end. And he walked up and he goes, Mr. Kit, I ain't going to sign your little peace pledge. I said, why not? And he said, I got a situation. I said, you want to talk about it? He said, nah. Now, why did he wait till everybody left, come up and tell me he didn't want to talk to me? Because he was dying for somebody to listen to him, to see him, to feel him, to get his back. Because he was a little drug dealer, a little gangster wannabe. I go work with real gangsters. Any of you guys that are flirting around with the bad boy life, shit, I'll see you, white and blue stripe. I'll help you there. Little gangsters, man, be careful. You glorify it, you become it. So he says, I ain't going to sign this. And I said, Justin, play a game. And as I rap, I want you to play it too. I said, how long you want to live, man? And he goes, man, I ain't going to make it to 25 with life I'm living. And I said, how long do you want to live? And he said, 60. I got 5 years and I'm going to hit 60. That was the biggest number he could think of. And so okay, where are you going to be, man? Where you want to be living? And he goes, I don't know, I'll be living. And I said, where you want to live? He said, Miami. I said, cool, like high-rise condo or like a big gated community? He said, high-rise. I was like, all right. So what are you doing for a living? He goes, I don't know. I said, it's a game. Imagine what's the dream gig? And he said, a music producer. I said, big or little? He said, big. I was like, all right. So you got a lady? And he goes, what now? I went, Justin, come on, when you're going to 60, go into the future with your mind. What do you want? He goes, oh, I got one. I said, what's she look like? He goes, fine Latino. And I'm like, I see you. All right, he was a brother in color, that just happened to be his. And that's good. Well, power to you. Come on, let's do it. I said, you got kids? All of a sudden, he said, I got grandkids. Grandkids. I said, what you driving? He said, Maybach. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. That sounds cool. I said, now, travel back in time to today, 18-year-old Justin. Ask the 60-year-old version of yourself what you ought to do about this little beef. Because he thought he had to go and be gangster and get somebody back. That's that world, pop, 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 and everybody goes away. And I said, what is the 60-year-old music mogul, fine wife, kids, grandkids, fat condo, Maybach, you've got the life of your dreams. What do you think he's going to say about this stupid little beef? He said, probably ought to lay it down. I said, all right, this week I want you to invest in that 60-year-old version of you. He said, yes, sir. He signed a little pledge. Next week, he came bouncing up. See, when he came up the first time, he was busted a sag. He had these nice kicks on. He had this big, oversized white shirt, hat, sideways, eyes blazed. When he came up a week later, he came up and he was wearing nice shoes, slacks pulled up, belt buttoned down, clean, eyes bright, no hat. I was like, who are you? He said, Justin. I said, what happened, bro? And he said, man, I'm working my business plan. I don't know where he is today. But if he keeps hanging with knuckleheads, who's he going to become? Knucklehead. Today, treat your teacher with respect. You're practicing. Treat that lady like a lady. Don't talk to her like other guys do. Man, stay away from things going to hurt your mind. Whatever you put into a young mind, you are twisting it. Then if you say, why am I so anxious? Check out what you're putting in it. Today, invest in yourself. There's a piece of art you ain't seen yet. I love y'all. Y'all going to see me in the halls. Whenever you see me, I want you to say, Roots. Say it one more time. What's his name? And say potential. Loud. Go. Potential. Now say it, Marietta. Potential. God bless y'all. I'll see you in the hallways.